Hi, this is Jen Perry, and this is our Week 5 video journal. In preparation for the functional behavior assessment, I interviewed the student's case manager. She is one of my close colleagues, and we often collaborate with each other when working with students. And she has been the student's case manager for 2 years now. The first year was over Zoom, and so this year is kind of the first year where we're seeing more of the classroom behaviors that we are going to look at in more depth. After interviewing her as part of operationally defining the behavior, we have the label, the definition, examples, and non-examples. So the label is off-task behavior. The definition for that is attending to other things in class and making noises instead of attuning to the teacher and or the class assignments. Some examples for his off-task behaviors include making noises such as whooshing or farting sounds at inappropriate times, outbursts of laughter when it doesn't really seem appropriate, playing with a pencil or paper, tapping it on the desk, tapping the floor, getting up out of seat during work time, looking around the room when teacher is giving instructions, and talking in a really loud volume during class. A non-example of this would be completing class assignments, raising the hand and responding with appropriate volume and words when called on, using classroom materials for their intended use only during class time. What I've initially learned about the behavior from the interview with his case managers is that the behavior is happening in all of his classes, not just specific ones and not at specific times of the day. They happen during whole group instruction, they happen during independent work time, and they even happen during small group within the classroom and also small group pullout when he has more targeted intervention. Sometimes the behaviors happen when the student is copying the behaviors of others. This could be different noises that he's seeing. Other times when he's engaging in some of his off-task behaviors, he's not picking up on the social cues of others when they're asking him to stop. And then it escalates to them making comments and getting annoyed with him because he's distracting himself and others in the classroom. When the student engages in the behavior, the case manager said that there's different levels of responses. If it's a quiet distraction or off-task behavior, the teachers will often ignore it. If the off-task behavior is loud and distracting to the other students in the class, the teacher will ask him to stop and redirect him to his work. If the off-task behavior escalates to screaming or laughing, then he's told more firmly. The teachers also use a little microphone symbol to tell him when it's appropriate to talk and when not to talk. And he has this on his desk. But what the case manager said that it hasn't been used consistently in all his classes, so it hasn't been as effective as it could be. From the responses of the interview and from a few observations that I've done of the student, I would hypothesize that the behaviors serve two functions. One, to obtain peer attention and obtain sensory needs, as well as some work avoidance. As I observe him more and complete more ABC data and continue through the FBA, I will track the antecedents and consequences and figure out more of the function of the target behavior. So that's all the information I got from the interview, which was really helpful and giving me something to look for as I am starting more observations.